Let's take a look at the electric 2 guitar parts in this song. So you may have noticed that what I did is I combined both the Hillsong United version of this song with the Hillsong Worship version of the song, because the only backing tracks I could get my hands on was the Hillsong Worship version of the song. But I know a lot of you guys wanted to know the Hillsong United guitar parts, like that main picking part and the instrumental, so I played those parts over the Hillsong Worship version, which the versions are almost exactly the same. They're laid out the same tempo, just some of the guitar parts are a little different, more toned down in the Hillsong Worship. So let's start with what I did here with the electric 2, and my effects here are just a dotted 8th note delay. I play that with that in the intro, and that sounds like this. So about 4 or 5 repeats there. It gives me some ambience, so I can just do one strums and it's going to keep ringing out. And then mix is about 30-35%. Like that. So in the intro, we just go from the C sharp. And my chord shapes here, I'm just kind of playing power chords on these, leaving the open B and E there on the top. So a power chord here is just whatever fret you're on or note, go over 2 frets and use the 2 strings below it. So with my C sharp, I'm starting the C sharp note, which is 4th on the A, and then to follow is the 6th and 6th on the D and G. And then open B and E there. And that's our shape here. And that's B and that's A. So we go from C sharp to E, F sharp minor, which that is I start on the A string, 4th, 4th, 2, and then do open B and E. And then move that up 2 frets to G sharp minor, and that's going to be 6, 6, 4, open B and E. So C sharp minor, and I am using that dotted 8th note delay, so it sounds like this: C sharp minor, E, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, like that. And so I also have a thick overdrive on, as you can tell. Make this part sound really big, and these chords are going to fill up a lot of space. So then we go straight into the verse, and I'm using the same dotted 8th note delay, and we're going to be using it for a different purpose now, more to create a percussive kind of bouncing feel as opposed to giving us ambience for these chords. Now we're going to use it to kind of give us a feel that sounds like this. So you notice if you're hitting on quarter notes, you're going to have that dotted 8th note bouncing, giving us that da-da, da-da kind of feel. So what I did in the beginning of this verse, and this is from the Hillsong Worship part of the song, you won't version of the song, you won't hear this part in the regular Hillsong United part, but I just did this because it sounded really cool. And so I'm going to move my pickup up to my neck to give me a muffled feel, because I don't want this part cutting through a whole lot. I just kind of want it in the background. And so I'm just going to go like this, and it sounds like this. Like that, and then immediately from that I'm going to switch back down to my bridge pickup and hit that C sharp right there, because it goes into that little interlude instrumental part. And that's the only time I do that in the entire song. You can do it more if you want during the other parts of the verse, but from that point I switch to just kind of 1-strum chords there to fill up the song more and differentiate it from that first part of the verse. But so my chord shapes there were on the first one, the B and E, 5 and 4. And I'm picking it with my fingers, because again, that's going to let me hit both of them the way I want, give that tone I want, and it's more muffled when you do it with your fingers. So 5 and 4 on the B and E, 6 and 5 on the G and B, and then the third chord shape is 7th and 5 on the B and E, to on the B and E, 4th and 7th. Switching back down straight into that C sharp minor. So the verse is just C sharp minor, E, F sharp minor, to the B. Now for the rest of the song, we pretty much just play through our chord progressions. There's nothing special, but I will talk about that first chorus because we're doing an important picking part there. And you might notice that in the Hillsong worship version of the song, this picking part isn't there. There's something different going on. But in the Hillsong United version, this picking part is there, and it's pretty important. So, and I like the way it sounds. I like this picking part better in the Hillsong United version than I did in the Hillsong Worship. So I did this picking part because I know a lot of you probably want to know it. So what I did is I still have my dotted eighth note. I just went to a clean tone, so no overdrive. No overdrive at all for this picking part. And dotted eighth, and it just goes like this. Back on with the overdrive to end that in the C sharp minor. So all I'm doing here is I'm picking the root note of the chord and then to an open B, E, B. So the first chord is at E/G sharp. So G sharp note, B and E. Like that. And to the A note, which is 5th fret on the low E, or you could do just open A. But I did 4 to the A, to the B, 2nd on the A string, C sharp minor, which is 4th, A, C sharp minor, B, holds the B. Let me do it all over again. B, 4th to C sharp, A, B, back into our C sharp. Like that with our overdrive. And like I said, for the rest of the song, you pretty much just follow through your chord progressions and play those big open chords. And just do that, make the song sound really big. There's times where we're gonna kind of work our dynamics, like building into that final chorus. So we start real slow, kind of ramp up building into that big part. So just follow your chord progressions and you should be good to go.